Hi, I'm Christy Tersnick, founder of Powerful Mind Wellness and powerful-mind.com, and I'm so glad that we're here together today. First of all, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate you on taking action and allowing yourself this opportunity to learn something new about yourself, and perhaps something new about what it really takes to live the life that you imagine for yourself. It's only by giving yourself permission to do something different that you can grow and experience something new. So you've taken your first step. I really applaud you and your choice, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey today. You see, many times in life, you can get stuck in a way of thinking that no longer serves your purpose or your goals. You no longer see any positive benefits from your efforts, yet you continue to use these same tired methods to achieve your goals and create the kind of life that you seek. What you need to understand is that you will continue to struggle unless you can make a shift. It's guaranteed. You must be willing to make a shift in what you will and will not accept in your life. A shift in your own thinking, a shift in your expectations, a shift in your belief about yourself, your goals, and how you can achieve them. You see, I believe that within each and every one of us lies a strength so powerful that it can change our lives as we know them today. It's a force so strong and ever present, and yet so very gentle and simple in every aspect. When you tap into this hidden asset that you possess, your powerful mind, you may open the door to your possibilities. Because I believe that all of the answers to all of your questions lie deep within your own mind. I can show you how to tap into your own inner wisdom and create the life that you imagine. Help you take charge of yourself and reclaim your life, to become more confident and establish a belief in your innate abilities. My intention for today is to give you lots of great hints and secrets for taking control of your life, for shifting the way that you perceive things, and for reclaiming your life. I also promise to tell you how you can take the next steps to move yourself forward with certainty that you can create a better future for yourself. I encourage you to take notes so that you can begin to assess your current situation and perhaps gain a new perspective on what it is that you want for yourself. And by the end of our time together, you will understand the key areas that you must address in order to create the life that you want. Now, I'm going to give you all that I can in the time that we have together today. And if you like what you're learning at the end of our time together, I'll invite you to dive deeper into further learning. So let me assure you that you are indeed at the right place at the right time. And I mean that in more than one way, of course. Certainly you are here on time for our scheduled meeting, but I mean that you being here is right and perfect in so many ways. Like you, those of us who allow ourselves the opportunities for self-reflection and introspection, understand that everything happens for a reason, and that everyone comes into our lives at the most perfect time, offering their most perfect gifts. So please know that from the depths of my being, I thank you for you being with me today, and I honor your presence. And I promise to do my very best in giving you my very best, so that you may become your very best. Now, before we go much further, let me please begin by introducing myself for those of you who don't know me very well yet. I'm Christy Tersnick, and I'm a life coach and a hypnotist. I work with people who want more for themselves, but are stuck, confused, or afraid to do what it takes to achieve their goals. Most of my clients are struggling to live the life that they want for themselves and quite often don't know how to change things for the better. Many are stuck in old patterns of self-sabotage, They are often disconnected from their own inner voice. They don't trust themselves completely, or they second guess their choices. And many struggle with poor self-esteem, value, and worth. In a nutshell, they feel mentally drained, physically exhausted, and spiritually depleted. And I help them to find their own guidance, direction, and answers from within. Because of this, my clients receive extremely valuable information and a personalized strategy on exactly what they need to do in order to achieve their goals. And as a result, those who coach with me escape their mental and their physical pain. They unlock their potential and experience their possibilities. Many people have asked how I got into this field, coaching people like you on exactly what to do to achieve the kind of life that you want. Well, for me, that defining moment in my life was when I was just 17 years old, and I was told that I had a heart condition that required lifelong medication. One day, a few years later, I was in the shower, and having just finished shaving my legs, I stood back up and I got dizzy. That was one of the most significant symptoms of the condition that I had. As my vision darkened, white spots appeared before my eyes and my face started tingling, and I knew that I would soon pass out if I didn't do something. But rather than sit down and wait for it to pass like I always did, which to me it felt like waiting for my life to pass me by, I decided that I'd had enough and I wanted more for myself. No, I shouted in my mind. Enough, I don't want this, I inwardly screamed. I wanted more. I deserved more. I would claim now nothing less than the kind of healthy life that I wanted. Well, my dizziness passed, and with it, my acceptance of a life that I didn't want did as well. So during the next year and a half, I did much self-exploration and discovery into what purpose that affliction had in my life. I resolved those things and many of the other issues that surfaced. And as I did, my heart condition did as well. You see, I believe that we all have all of the answers to all of our questions already within ourselves. Once we truly commit to understanding everything our situation has to offer us, including every cloud and every rainbow, then we can move forward with ease and grace. I have since made the commitment to dedicate the rest of my professional life to helping people overcome their own mental and physical inner blocks, so that they too can unlock their potential and experience their possibilities. So from my own journey and my experience with clients over these last almost 2 decades, I know how to help you get to the core of why you are struggling and heal it at that level so that you can experience greater happiness while unlocking your full potential, so you can become healthier mentally, physically, and spiritually, and reclaim your power. You have more power and ability to create the life that you desire than the power that you are currently using. More struggle and more effort does not necessarily bring more rewards or results, but often just the opposite. By diving deep into understanding your mindset and learning how to harness your innate creative power, you discover that you do have the ability to create the life that you deserve. Life doesn't have to be a struggle or a disappointment, leaving you feeling mentally drained, physically exhausted, and spiritually depleted. Rather, it will be a compilation of all of your inner thoughts, those limiting thoughts, those beliefs and fears and expectations that you hold. But once you become aware of your inner world, you can use that knowledge to break through your barriers, feel more confident in yourself and your choices, and finally stop your inner struggles. The possibilities of a more magnificent future then open up to you. And so today I can show you what's possible and give you the clarity to see how to accomplish it. That is, if you're willing to show up, to step out of your comfort zone, and embrace the truth of who you are, and most importantly, to own that truth. And that requires a significant amount of courage and honesty. But right now, I'd like you to take a deep breath and close your eyes. And I'd just like for you to be completely honest and 100% truthful for a moment and ask yourself, do I want more out of life? Do I get in my own way? Do I want to feel more confident, more peaceful, and relaxed? Do I want to live life without hesitation or restrictions? Do I want to accomplish my goals with ease and joy? Do I want to improve my connection to mind, body, and spirit? If you lie awake at night knowing that you are not living your purpose, not living your passion, and living that fulfilled life that you want, then you have indeed come to the right place, because I know you. Perhaps you've been feeling less than for far too long. Or perhaps you've been shrinking from life and not participating fully or letting your greatness shine. Perhaps you are afraid to make a decision or to take a stand or allow others to truly see you because what if? What if they think your ideas are foolish? What if you make a choice and it's the wrong one? What if you say no? What if they really discover that you have no clue what you are doing? What if they see you and they don't like what they see? You have so much inside of you, and yet perhaps you are hesitant, fearful, or even resistant to let it out. Or maybe you simply don't know how to do it, how to live life fully and on your terms. But for whatever reason, you are holding yourself back from truly living your life to the fullest. You know this, yet you feel powerless against it. It's like you are sinking in quicksand, but you can't find anything to pull yourself out. Perhaps you find yourself always second-guessing your choices once you've made them. That is, if you ever do make a decision. Or perhaps you settle for watching others live their passion, feeling that's not meant for you. Perhaps you withhold yourself because of what others may think and feel that others are always judging you. Or maybe you feel and believe that what you have to offer the world isn't of much value. Perhaps even believing that you yourself are not all that valuable. Perhaps you've lost touch with your unique gifts and talents, or you've lost your voice, or you've given over your power to everyone else around you. I know you because I've been you. And let me tell you, there is nothing wrong with you. So please hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. You just haven't been taught the proper tools to create the life of your dreams yet. You see, you have the key to a better life. You already have it within you. Perhaps you just don't know it yet, but it's always been there for you, waiting for you to claim it as your own and actually use it. There's never been a better time for you to take a stand for yourself. Remember, the answers to all of your questions already lie within you. But first, you must reconnect to your inner wisdom so that you can discover what it is that you need to heal, release, and resolve. Just like anything else in this world, your mind needs attention and maintenance in order to perform at its full potential. My goal is to help you to manifest your best possible life, to create the life of your dreams, to experience success in ways that you had never thought possible. But there's a catch. Your success or failure to achieve those goals hinges on one critical thing. You. You know deep within yourself that it's time for you to really take charge of your life and truly claim ownership of your life. And when you do, you regain your self-confidence, determination, and sense of worthiness to achieve more than you've allowed yourself to believe is possible. You will simply amaze yourself. When you commit to yourself, there will be no more excuses. There will be no more blame. You'll feel shifts take place in all areas of your life, and you'll discover energy and motivation that perhaps you haven't felt in a while. You will be on the road to reclaiming your life once again, because when you stop giving responsibility to everyone else, you can claim your part in why your life is the way that it is, so you can break free of your internal bonds that are limiting you. You already have all that you need. It's time now to step into your control, into your best self, and into your best life. I've helped people of all walks of life once and for all break through their inner blocks and discover an amazing life. And I can help you too. When you take ownership and responsibility for your life, you will find your own confidence, power, and voice in the world as you make yourself and your wellness and your choices a priority. Over the years, I've learned that there are key principles that you must understand, release, or resolve before you will be able to truly release those unwanted behaviors and create the life that you want. When you allow yourself to go through a process designed to address the many aspects of your life, you can once and for all break through those barriers and finally achieve your goals. And it begins with direction. If you don't like the direction you are going in, change it. You are never too old to try something different. If you do not change your direction, you may end up where you are going. That's what it tells us. So begin to identify the specific results you are looking for. If you are not clear, then how will you know that you have achieved success when you get there? Many years ago, when I moved to the Florida coast, I wanted to work in an office where I could see the ocean out of the window. In my daydream, I saw the ocean, the palm trees, and even a water fountain. After many months, I was settled into my work and my goal was consciously forgotten. Well, one day I was at the office and I looked out of the window, and to my astonishment, I had realized that I had actually achieved my goal. That was, if I looked hard enough. You see, if I squinted, I could just make out the ocean in the distance. That crummy little view of the ocean was pitiful compared to what it could have been if I had only been more clear, because around the corner was not one, but two huge water fountains. And from that moment, I realized the importance of clarity and direction. You could tell yourself that you're going to walk to the ocean, but unless you are clear, you could end up in Florida or Alaska. So if you don't know where you are going, how will you ever know when you get there? You must be specific, otherwise anything will do. Your subconscious mind will search your environment and seek out anything that meets or matches that expectation. And once you have that clarity, it is critical to keep yourself clear and focused on your goals and your direction. So once you know where you are going, you'll need to identify the strategy in order to achieve that goal, because you can't be in action and indecision at the same time. If you wait too long deciding to change or how to move forward, the world and its opportunities will change around you. But your decisions must be in alignment with your long-term goals. There are many paths to take to get to where you are going. Some are easier and some are more difficult, but sometimes it is the smallest step in the right direction that ends up being the biggest step in your life. And some of those steps are really scary. Tiptoe if you must, but take that step. Many times it helps to work with someone who has walked the path before you and can show you how to navigate it easier. After all, why stumble and struggle through when there's a shortcut, right? But here's the key. You must take action. Otherwise, you just simply know what you want, but you aren't moving yourself forward. And that is a sure, quick way to end up in regret. And so the next key element in creating real transformation in your life is self-exploration. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. So give yourself permission to take an unbiased look at your life. Where are you now? What are your feelings about yourself, your worthiness, your self-confidence, and your purpose in life? And often we discover we have feelings of inadequacy and not being good enough. We think, who am I? What makes me so special to think that I deserve, fill in the blank, whatever it might be for you, success, happiness, abundance, love. We also may discover feelings or beliefs of not deserving that success or happiness or abundance or love. And a subset of our belief is our sense of worthiness. Do you feel that you don't deserve to be happy or successful? How can you welcome into your life something that you feel unworthy of? How do you feel about others who have those things that you want? Are you envious of them? Your opinions of others and your judgments about how they use their life and their success is a thought that will influence your ability to attract those things. You know, often you think that nobody will get hurt or that there are no negative consequences to our feelings of poor worthiness or inadequacy. That is except for the damage that it does to your idea of your own worthiness. Oftentimes we also discover feelings that success or happiness or abundance would be taken away if we had achieved it. So why don't we save ourselves from that sorrow and just not even put forth full effort? And that leads us to our self-sabotaging behavior in both subtle and gross forms, right? It can show up in indecision and procrastination, excuses masking themselves as reasons, the fear of what people will think, not saying yes to opportunities, negative self-talk, or even knowing that you should or shouldn't do something, but you go ahead and you do it anyway. And sabotage creates feelings of overwhelm that result in you feeling that you just can't do anything, leading to inaction. We cling to what we know, and to avoid discomfort, we use excuses. But you see, growth always shows up in the form of new opportunities. But once you really understand what is keeping you stuck and motivating you to fail, even if you're embarrassed by it, you will have an opportunity to change it. You know, you say that you want more for yourself, but what is it that you want more of? Is it more pain, more sorrow, more misery? Sometimes the answer is a surprising yes. But if you want to experience more pleasurable things like more joy, more happiness, more love, more success, then it is time for you to get clear. So begin to craft the details and allow your mind to truly have the freedom to expand your possibilities into the magnificent future that you deserve. Where do you want to be? Why do you want to be there? Create an awareness and an understanding of your motivations to help propel you forward. And during the nitty-gritty inner work, you'll need to remain focused on why it is so important that you are doing this work. Understanding and remaining focused on all of the benefits that you receive by making your transformation helps to keep it a top priority in your mind. And so with that exploration of ourself comes the discovery of your story. You see, we all tell stories. Stories about who we are, what we do, why we do it, the wounds we've endured, the damage we've caused, our purpose in the world, our importance, and so on. They help us to make sense out of the world around us and the situations that we encounter. These stories will either help us or hurt us. Some stories limit our belief about ourselves and what is possible in our life. Some stories empower us to move beyond our circumstances and background to create a life that we desire. Now is the time to discover your story and discover if this is the story that will allow you to create the magnificent life that you want for yourself. And a good way to do this is to pay attention to your emotions. All types of emotions are necessary to fully experience life. Some are contractive emotions, those that cause you to hold energy in, such as fear or anger, guilt or shame. They are the ones that we say no to, while others are expansive. Those emotions cause you to experience the movement of energy, such as joy, sadness, or gratitude. And these are the ones that we like to say yes to. And lastly, there are the emotions that reside in the spaces in between that fill you with balance, stillness, radiating pure energy that comes out of your deepest self. Those emotions such as love and peace. Whichever emotion you observe yourself in the most is the one that you like best. It is the one that matches your story. And there are ultimately 3 ways to deal with your emotions. The first one is denial. You can simply put your head in the sand, pretend that you are not feeling as you truly are, and mask those feelings. The second way is to indulge in them. What is your story about why you can't achieve what it is that you say you want? Many times we throw ourselves a pity party and we lay it on thick. You know, it's really okay to be a whiner and a crybaby for a moment. So get out your violin and start playing. This is the strategy of indulgence. And lastly, the way to deal with emotions could be to simply experience them without attaching a story about them being good or bad. You can simply say, right now I'm feeling fear, or I'm feeling anger, or whatever it is that you're feeling, and that's okay. It was triggered by this thing that happened, but it's not me, and I'm not defined by it. If you truly want more, as you say that you do, then you must do the work. And it's not always pretty. It usually isn't. That's why you've been hiding from it for so long. But when you understand why things are the way that they are, you can allow yourself to create a better story to usher in achievement. You see, beliefs have the power to create or to destroy. Nothing in the world has any meaning except the meaning that you give it. That's why 2 people with the exact same background and experience can experience the same thing entirely different. Think about someone who is about to give a speech or a performance, for example. One person can interpret the adrenaline and internal energy that they feel as motivation to give the best that they can to propel themselves to greatness. Another person can experience that same exact adrenaline and internal energy as fear and dread, and create an even greater physical reaction of sweating, of nausea, even weakness in the body. You must change the way that you think about yourself and your place in the world. Start by finding and acknowledging your negative beliefs about yourself and what is or is not possible for you. And then, using the work by Byron Katie, ask yourself if it is true. Then ask yourself if you can know that it's absolutely true. Who would you be without the thought? And turn the thought around and find at least 3 specific and genuine examples of how each turnaround is true for you in this situation. You must dig through the muck and understand something about yourself in a way that perhaps you have not allowed yourself to do before. In order to get the most out of this exercise, you need to have openness, honesty, and a bit of courage. When that nitty-gritty of your issues surface, It's so very important to be prepared to meet it on with no restrictions. So, what is the story about why you must achieve what it is that you say that you want? Why is it so important and critical for you to achieve your goals? The party's over and it's time to clean up the mess left behind. There is work to be done. No time left to push it off any longer. So dive in and discover what is underneath the rubble. All personal breakthroughs begin with a change in beliefs. And if you want to know the truth, the cause of most people's frustrations and results are actually stemming from their mindset. The fears and limiting beliefs that they have, and most importantly, that they didn't feel good enough to be successful. You see, when your mindset is somewhat limited, your results are too. The root of anyone's success, or lack thereof, is simply rooted in mindset. So this is a big one. As you master your psychology, you'll begin to learn tools that will help you to cage your inner critic, to overcome any fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs or insecurities that might be holding you back, and allow yourself to attract the life that you desire. But honestly, here's the deal. It's not your fault. So many of our beliefs about ourselves and our place in the world were formed during our childhood years. And it's not really our parents' fault either. They were doing the best that they could within the context of their own mindset. But shifting your mindset now to a healthier and more supportive one is something that needs to be addressed if you want to move past your current stage in life. And let me tell you, it is miraculous what happens to your life when you upgrade your mindset. It's like you finally drive without your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. And that's when results and abundance and success and joy flow rapidly into your life. Your brain is capable of something called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity tells us that our brains are biologically engineered to learn, change, and grow. Neuroscience tells us that repetition leads to automatic behaviors commonly expressed as cells that fire together, wire together. The great news is that cells that stop firing together can rewire and create new, healthier, and more effective networks. So it's never too late to learn something new. You can change your negative styles of thinking into positive ones as a way to change how you feel. Negative and derogatory thoughts produce a completely different body physiology than positive, uplifting, and supporting thoughts do. Another thing you can do is to simply notice the location of where your thoughts are coming from. Are they coming from the back of your head, where most of our negative self-talk comes from? Or are they coming from the center or the front of your mind, which tends to be more encouraging and supportive? Begin to develop an ability to pull your attention away from your chronic inner chatter of those thoughts so that you can improve your overall well-being. You can also change your orientation to time and dramatically impact how you think about the nature of your happiness. Begin to focus on the present rather than the past or even the future. And discover your internal motivating factors to explore your core values and goals. And express your desire to change your lifestyle and identify it with yourself. You came into this world with unique gifts, talents, skills, and abilities that are uniquely yours. There is nobody else on this earth who will be exactly like you, ever. There never was, nor will there ever will be. Nobody else in this world has experienced life the way that you have. The situations, relationships, thought patterns, all of it. And because of this, the world needs you You have an amazing responsibility to become the best that you can, not only for yourself, but for the world around you as well. By being you, you will change the world. Your presence will cause that magnificent ripple around the world that will ultimately come back and touch you again. You are here for a purpose, on purpose. So you need to get out there and to let yourself shine. Now, perhaps there are certain skills, abilities, or talents that you possess that maybe aren't as strong as they need to be. But having strong skills helps to speed up the transformation process. You can unlearn your low self-confidence habit. It is simply a learned behavior that can be unlearned just as easily. Learn thinking and feeling habits to maximize and empower your confidence. And before you know it, it'll become a natural part of you. So begin to work to find out what skills will help you the most to achieve those goals that you have for yourself and work to improve them. When you spend extra time to boost your confidence and upgrade your skills, you will truly believe that you are capable, deserving, and worthy of the good life. And when you do that, you can carry out your plan with confidence and certainty. But there is a reason why things are the way that they are. Behind everything you do, there is a positive intention that is holding you back. There is some need within yourself that is being met with your sabotaging behavior. Otherwise, you simply wouldn't be doing it. And because of this, every experience that you have will meet or match that expectation in order to meet that need. And when you go directly to that critical part of yourself that will offer you plenty of justification for why things should remain as they are, why you should remain as you have been, it is then that you can understand what this behavior or belief is providing you. Remember, there is always something that you are getting from it, even if it's hard to admit. But once you find your areas of self-sabotage and either heal, release, transform, or release them, or even make them work for you, your life can change, and you will no longer be hindered by that part of yourself that was not fully integrated into the idea of your ultimate goal. We are all seeking encouragement, honesty, and acknowledgement. Inside each and every one of us is an inner voice that always remembers your true innate value and worth. Your authentic inner self whispers that you can move beyond your limitations and doubts and capture a magnificent future. It reveals the perfection of your place in the world and that you are always in the right place at the right time, regardless of what is going on around you. It wants you to realize that you are more powerful than you had ever imagined, and with intention can help you to create a happy and abundant life. The beauty is that once you tap into it, you can unlock your potential and experience your possibility. The wounds of your past can be a very, very heavy load to bear. But when you give yourself permission to release the burden of those toxic emotions that you have been carrying, you will free your mental energy to focus on creating a more peaceful and more joyful future. It doesn't necessarily mean that you condone whatever may or may not have happened in the past, but it does mean that you are at peace with your history. Everything that has happened in your life has helped to create the person that you are today. And just by being you, that in itself is amazing and perfect. But our modern day is filled with stresses of every kind. It is simply unavoidable. But stress management all starts in your head. There can be positive stresses in our lives that can challenge us to act in creative and resourceful ways. And stress is often a good motivator. Too little stress can also be bad, as it can cause us to become disconnected or lethargic. Of course, too much stress can be harmful to your health, so we must learn to balance the stresses in life. But sometimes it's easier said than done. We all experience stress in our lives, and by now we all are becoming just so very aware of how detrimental stress is upon our body. The important thing to remember is that our response to the stress is what is crucial. You can begin to establish healthier coping skills to address the stress present in daily life. You can take measures to counteract stress at 3 levels. You can manage the demands. For example, you could improve your working conditions. You could start saying no to extra work. You could downshift to a less demanding job. You can manage your time better. You could also increase your resources, such as build regular relaxation into your day. You can cut down on caffeine. You see, caffeine mimics adrenaline, so it will raise your background stress levels. And for many people, cutting down on caffeine in coffee or soda or even chocolate is all that you need to do. And it will bring an enormous return in reducing your stress levels for very little effort. You can also learn new skills. You can change your perceptions. You respond not to external reality, but to your internal representation of that reality after your sensory input has been through your perceptual filters. So if you don't like your internal representation, meaning the way that you perceive the world, then change the filters, and it will change your perception of the world. And lastly, if you work to minimize the distractions surrounding you, you can achieve your goals so much more easily and effortlessly. And there are 3 areas for you to focus on: your mental environment, your personal environment, and your physical environment. So ask yourself, do I have a clean and organized home or workplace, or is it a place of clutter and chaos? You see, your external environment tends to mimic your current mental state. So if the outside is not reflecting your inside, then it's time to get to work. You can also ask yourself, who am I surrounding myself with? Do they support and uplift me? Or do they drag me down to where they think I should be? Your friends and family do not necessarily have to be given a free pass to continue the relationship as they have up until now, if it is less than ideal. Remember, you always get to choose who you invite into your life. And finally, are you yourself your best cheerleader or your worst critic? Your inner voice is the first voice that you hear when you wake up in the morning and the last voice that you hear at night. And your inner dialogue can either make or break your success. But once you gain clear insight into what it is that you have allowed into your environments, you give yourself the ability to choose those things that are in your best interest and release the others from your life. Awareness is always your point of power. And so we have now discovered the 10 key elements that are critical to becoming your best self and achieving your goals. Again, they are direction, strategic planning, self-exploration, discovering your story, your mindset, confidence, heart's integration, emotional healing, stress management, and optimizing your environment. So what's next? Now that you know this, what's next? Well, one of the most prominent characteristics of successful, happy people is that they take action. They take educated risks. They are decisive. They take action on the things that help them to overcome their own blocks and limitations, and they move forward towards success faster as a direct result of this. It's also a well-known fact that these people make decisions based on their intuition and gut instincts. I promise you that you will experience results and success if you take action. Nothing changes if you remain stagnant. Action creates change. Quick, decisive action gets you there quicker. So does commitment. You must commit yourself to the process, and most importantly, to yourself. You also must be willing to make mistakes and go through a bit of the muck and the nitty-gritty that's been holding you back. And you see, that's what's making it so beautiful. When you truly allow yourself to understand completely why things have been the way that they are, you can then choose something different. So if you're feeling mentally drained, physically exhausted, and spiritually depleted, then it is time for a change and for something different. It's time to stop getting in your own way and start creating magic in your life. No matter what it is that you'd like to change or achieve, the secrets to success are all the same. Number one, get clear. As specifically as possible, decide what it is that you want. The clearer you are on what you want to have in your life, the more likely you are to achieve it. Number two, get perspective. Most people don't tell anyone what they want or what they're struggling with, and because of that, they don't get an outside perspective. And number three, get support. Very few people, if any, achieve anything great alone. Sports stars have teammates and coaches, and so should you. So be willing to ask for that support. You are not alone in this. If you remember at the beginning of our time together today, I promised to show you how you can take the next steps. And I want to share with you how you can take this further if what we've been talking about resonates with you. This is your opportunity to dive deeper and to learn how to break through your barriers, feel more confident about yourself and your choices, and finally stop getting in your own way so that you can live the life that you deserve with more peace, more power, and more purpose. In just 9 weeks, you can take your mindset from mayhem to experiencing the magic of creating your life on purpose. You see, after I personally walk you through my proven Making Mindset Magic program and mentor you step by step to harness your innate power and to get clear on what it is that you want to do, have, and be, you can then live your life more fully with clarity, peace, and passion. There is an easier thing about living this life. And it means taking off the mask that you've been wearing and really getting real with yourself. You have so much inside of you just bursting to be let out. And yet you are perhaps hesitant to be completely and freely yourself. You have heard that inner calling become louder with each passing day for you to do more, to have more, and to be more. Time is ticking, and you can wait no longer. The time is now. You are ready for more peace, more power, and more purpose. Master the mindset of confident and successful people so you can get out of your own way and create the life that uplifts you and fills you with purpose and passion. Clarify exactly what it is that you want to do, have, experience, and how you want to be. Eliminate the daily self-sabotage that keeps you from living the life that fills you with joy and happiness. Change the way that you feel about yourself and your place in the world. And watch as you flourish when you have support, accountability, and encouragement from others who truly believe in you and want the best for you. This 9-week virtual program is something that I created to help those who wanted to stop their inner struggle, feel confident in themselves and their choices, reconnect to their deepest self, live purposeful and passionate lives, and get support, encouragement, and direction from me and others, all without breaking the bank. This program is a 9-session supportive and encouraging audio classroom, a condensed version of valuable tools, countless books and seminars, all rolled into one easy-to-implement program. It's a quick start to move you from mayhem into magic. By attending and implementing these simple lessons from this virtual crash course of me teaching you of what I teach my private clients, you'll drastically reduce your learning curve. You'll shave years off of reading, research, and expensive trial and error. And instead, you'll walk away with everything that you need to unlock your potential and experience your possibilities. It doesn't matter where you are on your journey, this is for you. And you know that making mindset magic is right for you if you feel disconnected from a sense of your life's purpose and passions, and you want to change and a deeper understanding. If you ever lie awake feeling mentally drained, physically exhausted, and spiritually depleted, and are ready for something more. You know it's for you if you've spent a lifetime caring for others, but not enough time caring for yourself. If you're ready to get out of your own way and you want to learn how to break through to your best self. If you are ready to learn how to live like each day is a day at the beach. Creating a life of purpose and passion begins with understanding what you truly want, why you are the one to create it, and how it all comes down to the belief you hold about yourself. And it means taking serious action on it. And here's what the Making Mindset Magic program will cover. In week 1, we'll get clear and identify your goals. Week 2, it's all about fear and resistance. Week 3, your inner dialogue, your self-talk. Week 4, connecting to your authentic self. Week 5, self-sabotage. Week 6, moving from darkness to light. Week 7, mastering stress. Week 8, optimizing your environment. And week 9, implementing consistent action. So here's what you get in this proven results program. You get weekly in-depth mindset content calls. So for 9 weeks, you'll meet with me virtually on calls to learn how to make your mindset work for you. We'll spend time each week where I'll teach you the in-depth, simple, and yet powerful strategies that I've been sharing with my private clients for years. I'll give you simple assignments and worksheets, as well as next steps to shift your mindset quickly. You'll also receive Making Mindset Magic worksheets. So each week you'll receive access to worksheets that we'll be discussing throughout the 9-week program. These worksheets are for you to use to implement the mindset principles as you have never before. You'll use them to stay focused, to stay on track, and to complete your assignments, getting you to develop confidence so much more quickly than you would on your own. You'll also receive access to Mindset Peers via online forum. In addition to your weekly group calls, you'll have access to all your other peers in the Mindset program via a collaborative online forum. And with this group of peers, you'll get even more feedback, accountability, brainstorming, and resources. The opportunities and friendships created in this forum will be a bonus that you will come to cherish. And if for any reason you miss a class, there's no need to worry. You'll be able to listen to the recording online or download the MP3, usually within 24 hours of the call. This way you won't miss any important information. And even better, it also gives you access to the material as often as you like for truly letting the information to sink in. So this is a value of $2,750. But of course, coaching a group of people is much different than coaching just one person privately. And that's the beauty of leverage, where I can help so many more people for the same amount of time. And that means offering it to you much, much less than I would if you and I privately worked together. So your investment for the weekly content calls, the Mindset Magic worksheets, the private online forum, and all downloadable recordings is only $497. So this is just too good to pass up. And believe me, this is truly a limited time only thing. And the class is definitely limited. This program can completely transform your life, especially with someone like me fully supporting you and making it happen. Or you can continue to struggle on your own. The choice is yours. But if you're ready to commit, you must act fast. You've got to take action right away, since we expect this to sell out quickly And in the future, this will be offered at a much higher price. So join me now. Go to www.powerful-mind.com/making mindset magic to register today. And with this Making Mindset Magic program, you'll discover a heightened sense of inner awareness, a deeper sense of personal growth, clearer insight into your life purpose, a greater sense of self-confidence, a stronger connection to your true self, the desire and the energy to change your life, and an action plan on exactly how you can achieve it. New friendships are sure to grow as you and your peers grow close during your time together. You'll have incredible experiences to last a lifetime, and you'll understand that you can feel like every day can be a day at the beach. You know this will create significant changes in your life. You know this will help you. You know you want this. You even know that you need this. You know it's time. You also know that you've been putting yourself and your needs off for far too long. You've given everyone else top priority except yourself. But you deserve so much better than that. I want more for you. I wish for you to move past any fear and resistance. And let me tell you, I have been there, and I know that it can be very tricky. There are a million reasons why you believe that you can't do this for yourself. And yet, there are a million reasons of why this is of utmost importance to do this for yourself. Right now. The world needs you and what you are here to offer the world by stepping into who it is that you truly are. Not just a portion of who you are and who you allow yourself to be or who you think others want you to be, but 100% authentically you. So close your eyes for a minute. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine it's 1 year from now and you are in exactly the same place as you are today. You're stuck, or perhaps even a little deeper into being stuck, only now that you're feeling bad about yourself for being stuck for so long and not getting help sooner. So save yourself from more misery and sadness. You cannot be in action and indecision at the same time. You've spent enough time feeling miserable and claiming you want more. Now is the time to prove to yourself that it wasn't just idle talk. You are certainly in a safe space when you are with me, and I will hold the space for you until you are ready to hold it for yourself. A year from now, will you wish that you'd started this today? The choice is yours. Don't let your life continue to slip through your fingers, living with regret or what ifs. Join the Making Mindset Magic program before it's sold out. And again, imagine yourself 1 year from now and you are living a purposeful life with more peace, more power, and more purpose. The Making Mindset Magic program can help you to do just that at a price that's unheard of. I'm known to work best with people just like you who are super ready to reclaim their life, who want more out of life, who are tired of settling for less and for making excuses for why things are the way that they are, and you just want to know exactly what steps you need to do just that. So consider what you'll do with me to be an action learning course. No excuses anymore, just a very different way of thinking and full support while you achieve your incredibly exciting goals. I hope that you'll join me. Go to www.powerful-mind.com/making mindset magic and say yes to yourself and watch the magic unfold. I'm so excited to work with you. As always, I wish you all the best as you unlock your potential and you experience your possibilities.